Hello everyone and welcome to the Inner and Outer Journey episode of the Team Leader Capacity Building. So the objectives of the Team Leader Capacity Building is to understand our core as an organization, our role as team leaders, to get the knowledge and skills to be the best team leaders and become experts in the team management. So this time we're going to see something that's called Inner and Outer Journey. The Inner and Outer Journey is one of the items of the clarity of who, and it's through experiencing this that the members actually develop their leadership qualities. So the inner and outer journey looks a little bit like this. We have a red part, that is the outer journey, and a green part, that is the inner journey. And when both of them collide, when both of them happen actually, that's when the impact of the real Isaac experience happens. That's when actually we get to develop all the leadership that we want in our members. So it is very important that we acknowledge both of them. And it's not just the members having the outer journey without the inner journey or the inner journey without the outer journey. Both needs to happen in order to be able to have an impact. So the team leader enables the outer journey by delivering team standards. So the outer journey is everything that we provide the member. Like this is something that we're giving them to experience, and it's their contact with us, their contact with Isaac, their contact with the whole environment of the organization. Cool? We will see each one of the items so that you can understand better, of course, what they mean. But mainly it is the individual responsibilities and goals, the challenging role and environment, interaction with multiple stakeholders, and support system. Now, the inner journey is a personal journey. The members need to go through this journey on their own. Of course, we are going to create spaces maybe for them or activities that are going to enable them to get through this inner journey, but this is something that they need to do on their own. So basically what this means is that to actually develop leadership, to actually become a leader, and to actually have the whole Isaac experience, both need to happen, the outer context and also the inner context. So our members needs to be aware that he needs to reflect on his experience. He needs to go through this inner journey, because if not, he will never develop the leadership qualities that we are promising. So it is actually a responsibility of both parts, the team leader and also the members. So the next thing that I want to tell you guys is that the real impact of the Isaac experience happens when both takes place, as I told you before. So now we're going to get into each one individually, like the inner journey and the outer journey, with each one of these items and how they are enabled to happen and what they mean. So for the outer journey first. In the outer journey, we have individual responsibilities and goals. Each one of our members has a job description. In this job description, they have certain responsibilities to accomplish and certain responsibilities that the job requires them to do. And also they have a goal, they have an ambition, they have a purpose in that team in a functional way. So how do we actually assure that the member goes through the individual responsibilities and goals? It's by enabling the standard number 2, team plan. In the team plan, we are setting goals for the whole team, we're setting the timeline and the team development plan. And also during the building phase, the member establishes individual goals in the one-to-one with you when they are having the personal development plan. So basically in the building phase is when we work and enable the individual responsibilities and goals. For the challenging role and environment. Challenging role and environment, I guess this is the whole Isaac experience, because the experience in itself is challenging and it's always putting us in challenging environments. But here we facilitate it by team standard number 1 and number 2 in team creation and team plan. By setting the job description that they have, by setting the functional and organizational induction, they can get ready for that challenging role and environment. So if we want the challenging role and environment to happen, we need to enable the induction, enable the education for them to be able to go through it. For interaction with multiple stakeholders. What is a stakeholder? Is people that we are relating to, externals. So maybe a stakeholder can be another team leader, maybe it can be an NGO, maybe it can be an EP. There's a lot of stakeholders that we get contact with, IR partners, for instance. There's a lot of stakeholders that we get in contact in. So in this interaction with stakeholders, how it is enabled is by the team standard number 4, results evaluation and performance tracking. This ensures performance and interaction with stakeholders. So basically what it means is if our people are having results and are performing, they are obliged to have an interaction with different stakeholders, because that's how we do our work. That's the what we do. So in through the work, through the experience, the functional experience they have, they will interact with multiple stakeholders. So we ensure this by always checking the results and the performance. And lastly, we have the support system. So the support system is basically being there for our member and giving them all the support that they need through the whole experience. And it's enabled by the team standard number 6, which is exactly a support system. And it mentions lead spaces in which we're going to ensure that he develops leadership qualities, he develops competencies, he develops skills, the one-to-ones, team days, and feedback. So through all of these actions, we're actually supporting the member to get through the whole experience. So this is how basically the outer journey goes, and which one of the team standards is actually enabling this outer journey to happen. So basically what we're saying, if we do the team standards, we have an outer journey. It is very simple. We just need to do our work as team leaders. So in inner journey, we have the personal goal setting. In the personal goal setting, it is more about the individual plan and the personal development plan of the member as a person. What is the things that he wants to develop? What are the competencies he wants to have? How does he want to be different after the whole experience ends? So this is enabled by the team standard number 3 of the individual plan, when we are actually setting the personal development plan and the initial LDA with the member. Then reflect on the experience. This is a very crucial point, and we have also discussed it a little. We will also discuss a little bit of this in the self-reflection global learning environment in next episode. So the reflection of the experience is very important, because you need to understand, okay, am I doing good? Am I doing bad? Am I developing? Am I not? So this is an inner journey that the member has to have. But how do we enable it as a team leader? It's by delivering the team standard number 6, support system, team standard number 7, team debrief, 8, transition, and individual debrief. I'm sorry guys, the PPT is wrong, but the text that it's on the left is correct. So support system, team debrief, transition, and individual debrief. What does this mean? That by giving the support system and the whole closing phase, that's why it's blue, this is how they reflect on the experience, how it was, what they learned, what they developed, and we can enable this as team leaders. Understanding your personal values. Understanding our personal values, we also mentioned it a little bit on the LDEM in the self-awareness. We cannot be a good leader for the world if we do not understand ourselves, if we don't know our values. So how, as team leaders, can we enable our members to understand their values? Through the individual plan and the support system. In these 2 team standards, we're helping them understand what are the values that drive their lives and their actions. And the last one is reinvent yourself. So the reinvention is basically after we deliver all the team standards, after the whole team experience, the member will have reinvented himself and will have changed and developed a lot of things of himself. And he will not be the same member that started the leadership experience with you guys. So by delivering all the team standards, the whole team experience is how we actually assure that they reinvent themselves. So a very basic checklist to just finish up this episode that was more short, but it was a very crucial and important thing, because you guys need to really understand the inner and outer journey. The checklist is just deliver the team standards to your team. Why? Because by delivering the team standards, you enable the whole inner and outer journey. And make sure that your member understands this inner journey, that the fact that it depends on them. It depends on them also doing the work of the inner and the reflection. So if you want to know a little bit more, you can also go to the Clarity of Who booklet. Here is the link. And this was all for today, guys. Thank you so much for watching this episode.